Why is the BreadTube debate bros so gay? Wait, hey, hang on a second now. I'm not gay. Heck off, commie. All right, before I fill you with some commie, hit me. I'm gay, apparently.
Hey, yo, YouTube, what's up? It's your boy, Louis Fear.
This guy is sweaty as hell. Look at him. My man he looks like he's in New York, and my man's as greasy as a New York slice of pizza. What's going on now? Holy, was he on a jog or something? Holy crap.
Noticed recently, like, this cavalcade of Canadian gentlemen, you know, the bread tubers, the debate bros.
Canadian gentlemen?
The Surfs, Django Science Lad, H Bomber guy. He's not Canadian. You could throw in Vosh in that list, Philosophy Tube maybe, but he doesn't debate with anybody. And I keep seeing the same pattern over and over. Like, these are post-collegiate, probably financially indebted, homosexual gentlemen. So, you know, Vosh is not homosexual per se. I think he's a self-identified power bottom.
Vosh is not gay per se. As you can see, he's a self-identified power bottom. Yes, can we talk about the complexities of the top and bottom relationship in the homosexual community? My man, he's been grappling with that idea for a long time, apparently. I gotta hear that one more time.
Gentlemen, you know, Vosh is post-collegiate, probably financially indebted, homosexual.
Wait, post-collegiate, financially indebted, and I have no idea what being gay or not gay has to do with you self-identifying as a power bottom, but okay, I'm here for it, Chief.
Gentlemen, you know, Vosh is not homosexual per se. I think he's a self-identified power bottom, but who's in a relationship.
Why did he do that? Why did he requit? He self-identified power bottom. Ugh. He did the same thing that liberals equals bottom. That's true. You are a bottom if you're a liberal, even if you're a power bottom. Okay, you can be smashing from bottom to top, but you're still a bottom. Okay, remember that. Remember your place.
And you know, it's pretty obvious that there's a reoccurring pattern. And I started to think about it. And I guess if I were to,
my man was on a run. My man was running. And he said, I got an idea. He was thinking, he was pondering this idea about homosexual gay debate bros. And he decided to pause to make a 6-minute video about it. Okay. Post-collegiate. I think what he means to say, they're out of college. Like they've been through college. That's what he means to say when he says post-collegiate. So he's like college educated homos and or power bottoms. Who are leftist debate bros. Who this man? I have no clue. He followed me on YouTube, so I looked at, because I can see everyone that I follow, that subscribed to me. So I took a look at what he was, because I saw he had a couple more subscribers than me, and I wanted to know what was happening. Yeah, the word that he's, excuse me, I'll take graduate for 500. What do you post collegiate? What is this weirdo LARPy ass language? Dog, just say graduated or college educated.
Explain why so many of these young gentlemen are at least either homosexual or so indebted to spreading Marxism is that, for one, they're not going to be held accountable for their philosophy. See, they could.
What? My man is sweating like a freaking greased pig out here, talking about how they're indebted to spreading the homosexual gene and how they won't be held responsible for believing that people should have health care.
Enable women to be as confrontational as they want, because
enable women to be as confrontational as they, what does that mean? They're not going to be held responsible for making women not submissive to me when I make sexual advances. It is the Marxism when I go to the bar and ask a girl if I could buy her a drink and she says no. When she says no, I'm constantly reminded about the leftist indoctrination of women, forcing them to be as confrontational as they want. What's happening? Leftism, yes, leftism is when gay. When you're cum sucking, that's when you fully achieve leftism.
They could enable women to be as confrontational as they want, because they're not going home to women at the end of the day. These are,
oh my gosh, he's like, they're ruining, their ideology is ruining women because they don't like women. I mean, Vosh is like, well, not a woman, but like what most people would describe as a woman. I mean, Hyena is like, I think Hyena is NB, if I remember correctly. So I don't want to call them women, but I mean, for what he would perceive as woman, He goes home to one. And when I mean go home, I mean sit up from his ass crusted computer chair and then go to bed.
Men who confide in other men. They don't have to offer up companionship. They don't have to approach women because that's not what they're into. So they could allow women to be as toxic and spoiled as need be. Because
toxic and spoiled? What's happening right now? What is this? What is this crazy like men's rights MGTOW like talking point that I'm talking to? As you can see, leftists allow women to be spoiled and bratty, because they do not care. They do not go home to women, but the rest of us are left in the pit. They are destroying the women. They are completely obliterating what all we have left. Okay. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't get it whatsoever. How I mean, and not all of these guys are gay. Isn't Ollie from Philosophy Tube? Isn't he bi? Isn't he bi too? Like I remember in his big video where he was talking about where he was abused. He talked about how the person who he's with was a woman. They're not gay. They're not all gay. Sometimes they're part-time gay, as in they're like bi, but that doesn't mean they're gay. Those are two different things. Maybe he just doesn't get it. Maybe I don't know. I don't know.
Because they're going home to a dude. There's also the issue of being financially indebted to your philosophy. Like you can't escape it. Some of these men are probably like $30,000 to $40,000 to $60,000 in debt to an ideology that they probably don't even believe in.
You're gay? Oh no! I've been hit with the gay. I've been hit with the gay stick and it's not falling off. You pay $60,000 to learn Marxism in school, and then you become a certified Marxist, and then you're indebted to being a Marxist. So that's what, yes, you go to school to become Marxist, and then you have to push Marxism because Marxism is when you eliminate college debt. What this guy's brain is rattled. His brain is just, as he's talking, his brain is shaking and banging across the insides of this guy's skull. He has no cranial fluid. It's just dry, shriveled raisin of a brain just rattling around like a freaking maraca as he was running. Maybe that's how he got this thought. It's incredible to me how this is something that could come from a living, breathing human being.
You can't escape it. Some of these men are probably like $30,000 to $40,000 to $60,000 in debt to an ideology that they probably don't even believe in. But since they're promoting,
they don't even believe in Marxism. Smooth brain, smooth head, smooth brain. These men's, yeah. Someone collect their gay men's. Someone collect this man's. Someone collect your man's. Okay. So tell him to go jogging again with his noise canceling earbuds. Something. Marxism is fake news. That's true. That's true.
Ideology as a means to pay off their student debt, they're not going to challenge it.
Dude, wait, you don't need Marxism to pay off your student debt. You just need you just need slight amounts of social progress. Okay, since I'm in debt because my university ideology, the only ideology that's from universities is capitalism, chief. What are you talking about? That's the only ideology that they have. I don't get it. Post-collegiate homosexual power bottoms pushing Marxism because that means that because they're financially indebted to Marxism, because Marxism is when no more student loan debt. All you need is like social democracy to clear student loan debt. Biden could clear $50K in student loan debt. He could do that. What's happening right now? I don't get it. Also, pretty sure Philosophy Tube and Vosh are okay monetarily. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're okay. Vosh is literally talking about putting together $200,000 into a fund to fund candidates. My man sits in a blank wall apartment in Oregon, in Portland, Oregon. All right, and he's like, these guys are financially indebted to Marxism. All right, buddy. I'm very sure they have far more money than you and me put together. They do. I'm pretty sure out of the people that he named in the beginning of this video that they have enough money to be millionaires. Just like net wealth. I'm pretty sure that's true.
Third, there's also the fact that racially Canada or Europe is still racially hegemonic, so they will not see the negative trends of immigration.
Canada is racially hegemonic? Doesn't Canada have a lot of non-white people in? I'm not sure. What's the racial makeup of Canada? Here's something to look at. South Asian, 600,000. 2%, 3%, 2% black. There's only 2%. Oh, my bad. I'm looking at 2000. I'm looking at 1996. We may want to look at something a little bit closer. 2016. Visible minority population. Okay, so they're like 22% of Canada are non-white. I mean, that's not like super hegemonic compared to America. That's like 70% non-white. Take a shot in solidarity. Heck yeah. Also, I really gotta pee, but I also want to make it through this video. I'm not sure which one I should do. Let's keep going with the video right now.
Them. And lastly, this
Wait, what did he say?
trends of immigration strike them. And
What?
it's still racially hegemonic, so they will not see the negative trends of immigration.
Negative trends of immigration? Why are you hitting me with the Nick Fuentes talking points right now? What's happening right now? Negative trends of immigration? What are the negative trends of immigration that have hit you? My man's living in a city. Look how big this city is. This city is massive. This city is probably like 50-50. This city may be even minority majority. What's happening? He's like, the negative trends of immigration. What? This guy's like a local pizzeria get shut down from Italians, and then a freaking taco shop got put up in its place. He's like, yes, everywhere I go, I see the negative effects of immigration around me. Like, what's happening?
Strike them. And lastly, this is the most nefarious one. They've flipped the script because they no longer are interested in actually debating the subject on the table. What they want to do is turn every debate into a referendum on the individual that they're debating with.
What? They don't want to debate the topics. They just want to make you look bad for the things that you believe. I mean, I do want to make you look bad for the things that you believe, because when you look bad, people are less likely to believe your ideology, and your ideology seems to be incredibly incoherent and very weird.
It's a trial, as a hypocrite or the distributist once said. What they want to do is...
He's talking about the distributist? Who is this guy? What is this guy? Okay, so we've got Milo Yiannopoulos. That's his favorite troll. He quotes the distributist. I'm pretty sure he follows Ben Shapiro and Steven Crowder. What is this guy's ideology? I'm genuinely curious. Do you think he's a Nick Fuentes fan? Maybe.
They want to put their interlocutor on trial. You know,
their interlocutor. I think that's this guy's biggest word he's used so far. Interlocutor on trial. My man, listen, if you're a bad person, I'm going to call you a bad person. I'm sorry. This guy's been in a debate and he's like, yes, women should be submissive and be okay if they get sexually assaulted, because that's just men showing them that they love them. And people call him a bad person and don't want to be his friend. And he's like, as you can see, the vile leftist wants to put your character on trial instead of debating the actual topics at hand.
What bothers me about how they do it is that they do it by ascribing nefarious intent towards masculinity in general.
Okay, so we're gonna go on to the toxic masculinity route. But as you can see, this guy right here, peak prime example of what the peak man looks like. And not to say that you can't be masculine and look like this, because it's definitely true. You like twinks? Shut up. You can look like Kanye, and you can enjoy your masculinity the way you would like to use it. All right, this is a men's rights stream here. It's fine to be whatever type of dude that you want. If you want to be like this, fine. Don't have to have a feminine bone or gay bone in your body. But toxic masculinity is a big problem in America, especially among us black men, for a variety of reasons. Oh, 100%. I remember let me talk about one thing in particular. I remember one thing specifically is like mental health. Lots of like black guys, they don't want to go seek like any mental health because that means you're weak, right? What does that do? Well, that also contributes to a lot of shootings. Things like schizophrenia or depression, suicide that goes into it, anxiety. You just kind of like try to pretend that you can deal with it instead of actually going and seeking help. That on top of you not having that, most likely not having that much money to be able to afford a lot of the medication that goes along with it. That hurts a lot as well. But I remember there was this one thing. It was like barbershop therapist, which sounds pretty epic. Okay, it was the guys, they go in and their barber. Lots of people have to share things with their barber. They feel comfortable with their barber. Your haircut, it's very important to you. And your barber, they help you out with that, as I've been told. And they ask them like how they're doing or if they need any help, and that was able to get a lot of guys a lot of support. Toxic masculinity stops them from being able to seek any sort of mental help or emotional help because they feel like that makes them weak. Like needing help means weak, which is so incredibly sad.
So in the end, what ends up happening is that masculinity becomes their weapon. If you show masculinity in any way, shape, or form, that's how you get labeled a racist.
If you show masculinity in any way, shape, or form, what are you talking about? Do they, are you talking about, are these streamers and YouTubers just getting pegged by big mommy milky doms? Is it just like femdom the entire time, and they're like small and submissive and extremely gay? Is this all that is this all that you've gotten from them? I mean, I'm not gonna say that BreadTube, what the fuck, Voss shows masculinity. News to me, son. Listen, I'm not gonna say like all the BreadTube dudes that they're like dripping masculinity or anything. Like I look at them and I see like Randy Orton or something. I'm gonna say that they're the most masculine dudes, but they're themselves, and that's fine. I think that's perfectly fine. They express masculinity in their own ways. I don't think you have to be wearing like a basketball tee, a baseball tee that's one size too small, and have like a super deep voice and show like literally no emotion, and then anytime anybody criticizes you, you just challenge them to a boxing match, and you don't wash your asshole because that's gay, because touching your sphincter is gay. I don't know, dude. I just don't get it.
That's how you get labeled a sexist, a reactionary. That's how you get labeled a Nazi, an ethnic cleanser.
A Nazi, an ethnic cleanser? Wait, I got it. You not expressing masculinity makes you an ethnic cleanser. Yeah, big brain, big brain.
Jordan Peterson wants you to be strong. He wants to bring back strong masculinity. Well, Jordan Peterson.
What do you mean bring back? You think there's no strong masculinity ever? Like strong masculinity has been like upheld in our society forever, and it still is. What are you talking about? Like all movies are like the ideal dude is the strong masculine dude who doesn't care about himself and like doesn't use face wash, you know? that's the strong masculine dude right now. To pretend like that's not existent is just crazy. You can go to any like 15-year-old dude and you show him a picture of like, I don't know, like this guy and John Cena, all of them will want to look like John Cena. All of them will want a six-pack, like 16-inch biceps and be able to bench press buggies, okay? What, we jump right from masculinity to needing a stay-at-home wife? You don't need a stay-at-home wife to be masculine. Most people can't afford a stay-at-home wife right now, okay? Listen, if you already have enough money to have a stay-at-home wife, I'm pretty sure the stay-at-home wives are going to flock towards you in the first place, okay?
It works best when it's coming from a gay man who doesn't have to prove his masculinity to anyone.
No, it comes from a strong man who doesn't have to prove his masculinity to anyone. Why do you see? This is the to show that this guy is weak and insecure. No strong dude who's comfortable in his own skin and his own identity, which being masculine and being a guy. No dude would sit here and try to make the argument that you have to prove your masculinity to anybody. I don't have to prove my masculinity to you. Anybody who thinks that I'm like soft or like whatever or this or that or like whatever you want to like throw on to me, what idea you want to throw on to me, I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm the dude who I think I am, and I'm the dude who I know that I am. It doesn't matter what you think. I don't have to prove anything to you. Nobody has to prove anything to anybody. I'm not gonna sit here and flash my dick. I'm not gonna sit here and pull up my phone and all the for all the puss I've destroyed because I take a picture just in case anybody's gonna ask me. I don't walk around with like a freaking flip book to show you all the pussy I've destroyed. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. I don't have anything to prove to you. Imagine standing in the line for freaking Starbucks to get your cocoa matcha mochito or whatever, and some dude walks up to you, like the dudes who walk up and is like, "Hey, yo, man, you ain't masculine. Prove your masculinity to me." What do we have to like engage in like an Irish like log throwing contest? What are you talking about? What do you mean? I don't have to prove anything to you. Who are you? You're not. I don't know you. You mean nothing to me. You could die tomorrow, and I don't care. You're nothing to me, okay? And even the people in your inner circle, you don't have to prove anything to them. If you're masculine, if you're feminine, if you're anywhere on the spectrum, be you, and you can prove that by the way you express yourself, or don't. It doesn't matter. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody. No gay dude or straight dude or masculine or feminine guy, masculine, feminine men, or anywhere in between. No NB or anyone else has to prove themselves, prove their identity, prove their, prove what they like and don't like to anyone. It doesn't have to be proved. If you're strong in what you are and you believe in who you are and you love yourself, you don't have to prove it to anybody. You already know. You've proved it to yourself. That's the only person you have to prove it to, is yourself, and be confident in your identity. That's it. No one else matters in this world. Literally no one else. You don't have to prove it. And this guy talking about how they don't have anything to prove just shows you that he has the idea that he has something to prove. That he goes out there and it feels like he needs the validation of another human being to be confident in who he is, which is sad and only leads you to destruction. When you only have yourself, when you only have a reflection of yourself through other people, mind you, you'll never get your true self through other people. It'll always be reflected off of them back at you. That's all that you'll be able to see through other people. If that's the only version of yourself that you're able to see, then you will live a sad, miserable life. And this is the life that this guy's pushing. It's very unfortunate.